Well, that's a new one. Homeland Security stole my girl. Or did you let her go?
It was her decision.
Question. Does she know how you feel? Shoot, do you know how you feel?
When we were lost up on that mountain last month, and I almost lost everything. After that, I told her how I felt. Actually, I told her how I felt about being ready to feel something about how I feel.
And she followed that?
Well, I was as clear as I know how to be. And I kissed her. It was brief, but very...
If you get another chance to kiss her son, take your time.
None of my business, getting all of my concern. Tried to put out the fire, but the flame still burns. Oh, and as she pleases, she comes and goes, she got the wind in her hair. Oh, she never ceases. Hurt me so, does she really care? She ever coming home? She ever gonna phone?
Make sure the encryption's consistent.
Never not alone. Has anybody seen my girl? Has anybody seen my woman? California, Tennessee. Send my baby home to me, home to me. Where am I going? Oh, what am I gonna do? I know I'm not crazy, no, I'm just hooked on you. So go on and use me endlessly, but could you let me know when you need me? Hold me close and baby, don't let go. Every morning,
Good afternoon. May I speak to someone
every
regarding
evening,
disaster relief payments to victims of Hurricane
every
Katrina?
day
Katrina?
I think of
Yes.
the way you
Well,
love
might
me
you be able to direct me to someone who can?
through and
No. She was listed as missing and presumed dead. We cannot find a death certificate
When
reported
I'm
with the clerk
with
of Orleans
you.
Parish.
feels like heaven. You're an angel holding me. Your sweet, sweet loving sets me free. And in my wildest imagination, I could never imagine loving me as much as I do.
So, still no word from Shane?
Not until she's released from her assignment.
What if Mr. National Security isn't interested in releasing her?
Well, considering our last date, I believe if she could come back, she would.
You know, son, one kiss doesn't make a contract. But hey, what do I know? Kate and I broke up.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
She took up with the fertilizer salesman, moved to Durango.
There is no accounting for taste. Or whatever.
Right there. You see that?
Yes, hello. My name is Oliver.
Calls at the present time. Your waiting time is approximately 26 minutes. Thank you for holding. Due to the high volume of calls...
Well, it may be winter, maybe fall, and I might have plenty or nothing at all. Baby, I'm gonna be there whenever you call. And every morning, every evening, every day I think of you. The way you love me through and through.
You guys still looking for Hattie?
We've looked everywhere. Volunteers of America, the American Red Cross, the Federal Emergency Agency.
Very frustrating, especially since we don't even know if she's alive.
Presumed dead is only presumption. Nobody knows exactly how many were lost in Katrina or even where all the survivors ended up.
Shane would have found a way.
You know, I'm starting to feel really guilty about not telling Gabe what we know about Hattie.
But you don't know anything, right?
Perhaps it's time we told him that. No man should have to wait forever for someone who's never going to come. Excuse me, I'm out. Sorry.
I'm out too. I have a confession to make. And you can fire me for it, and I'll understand.
What are you talking about, Norman?
I'm not very good at keeping secrets. The bad ones hurt my heart. So, a few Sundays ago, I went to the Capitol steps to see Gabe.
And you told him about Hattie.
I didn't have to tell him. He kind of figured it out when he saw my face.
Norman.
He said that deep down inside, he always suspected that if Hattie's club was gone, that probably meant she was too. But that wasn't going to stop him from keeping the faith, he called it. And when I left, he picked up his guitar and he started singing again.
You do know the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome.
Like waiting for your mother to come back and waiting for your wife to come back and waiting for Shane to come back. Maybe standing on those steps is insane. Maybe it's the only way that Gabe knows how to keep Hattie alive. All I know is when I walked away, he was already singing a new song. And it hit me.
What?
Well, you and I, Oliver, we have a lot more to hope for than Gabe does now. But he's the one out there singing.
I don't know what to do.
I'm looking out my window, feeling kind of blue. I ain't heard from my baby, and she finds somebody new. So I called out her number, but her number had changed. And I climbed up
Oliver
to the
O'Toole
mountain,
to see Steve.
and I screamed out her name. And I said, hey, 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 hey. Oh, my doo-la-loo.
Thank you.
Doo-la-loo, don't
Oliver.
I will do anything for you. Doo-la-loo, you
I was told you were out of the country.
When you show up without an appointment, I'm out of the country.
Where's Shane?
She's out of the country.
told me you would keep her safe.
She's safe.
How do you know if she's out of the country? Or you are? Who exactly is in the country right now?
Okay, look.
Mr. Merrick, I have an employee who hasn't reported to work for 3 months with no paperwork to support her absence. Unless you can provide compelling reasons to the contrary, I would like my employee back now.
You can't have her back. She's critical to the mission.
Oh, I'll bet she is.
Listen, Oliver, I understand your situation.
No, you don't. And that situation has changed.
We were out of the country. We had to turn in our laptops and tablets and phones. We couldn't carry anything that could be tracked or hacked or compromised.
There are means which you could have contacted us while still maintaining privacy. Postcard, letter, burner phone.
The point is that I still would have been breaking the rules, and you of all people should... Wait, how do you know about burner phones?
Sometimes we watch action movies on poker night.
Poker night? Actually, who's we?
Norman, Rita, my dad, Ramon.
I would give anything to see that.
Apparently not.
Oliver, what I am doing here right now is really important. And there's still work that needs to be done.
Are you sure?
That's what Steve says.
Oh, then it must be true.
Do you really think that if I could go back to Denver, I would spend one more minute here?
I don't know about having a chance, but I know you have a choice.
Can we change the subject, please? I was gonna follow up when this was all over, but now that you're here... I hope she was worth waiting for.
So do I. No cell phones. No contact, huh?
Oliver, it's a dedicated phone just for... I'm sorry. I have to get back.
Of course. You have no choice.
Oliver.
I would like my pen back, please.
Of course. I mean, I was gonna give it back when I came.
Bye, Miss McInerney. What would you say if I had a friend here in Washington, a highly placed official with the USPS Division of Cybersecurity, who informed me that the crisis which occurred 3 months ago was resolved over 3 weeks ago, and that the release of all emergency consulting assets, such as yourself, was at the sole discretion of your team leader?
If that were true, Steve would let me go home.
Why would a man who obviously cares so much about you let you go if he didn't have to?
I ask myself that all the time.
I made that part up. About the highly placed official.
I know. It was a pretty good bluff, though.
I learned it playing poker. But I can't lie to you.
I know.
I'm just wondering if Steve can.
Tell me the truth. Am I here because you need me or because you want me?
What kind of a guy flies all the way down here and then leaves without getting what he came for?
The kind of man that lets me make up my own mind. But I can't do that unless I have all the facts.
Okay. Crisis is over. I could shut down your part of the operation, but I don't want to. For security reasons and for personal reasons.
What?
Do you really think that delivering old letters is as important as some of the world-changing stuff that we do here every day? Are you really telling me you want to throw all that away for a squeaky porch swing in Denver? You want to know the truth?
Please.
I'm still in love with you.
None of my business, getting all of my concern. Tried to put out the fire, but the flame still burns. Oh, and as she pleases, she comes and goes. She got the wind in her hair. Oh, she never ceases to hurt me so. Does she really care? She ever coming home? Is she ever gonna phone? Another night alone. Has anybody seen my girl? Has anybody seen my woman? California, Tennessee. Send my baby home to me, home.
One part kombucha, 2 tablespoons bee pollen, 1/2 teaspoon fresh chopped ginger. 2 parts kombucha, 1 part ginger ale, 1 ounce raw honeycomb ginger ale.
It added a certain effervescence that balanced the subtle earthy tones of the honeycomb. Still experimenting, but I'm getting closer, I think.
How are my roses?
I had to cut them back. You have to do that if you want them to bloom to their full potential.
You moved my desk.
It was temporary. I mean, it was... Well, I mean, it was...
Steve says you never really say what you mean.
Really? Well, I have quite a few very sincere things to say about Steve.
You were right about him. He's not a bad guy, but he's competitive.
I won the high school regional chess championships 3 years in a row.
So you mean you're competitive, too?
Didn't I just say that?
Almost.
Almost.
And tell me again why you moved my desk?
It was hard to look at every day.
So you mean you missed me?
I mean what I say when I say it. Although I don't always say what I mean when I do say it. I mean it. For example, when I once said I hoped our first date wouldn't be our last, that was a true and transparent statement that if we had ever actually completed a first date, would subsequently have been borne out in action, assuming you were in agreement, which, given your extended absence, you might understand my assumption that your intentions and mine were not in concert.
If you are suggesting that I didn't miss you, and I might be the only person on earth who understands what you just said, I wrote this one on the plane with your pen and talked about kissing you on the steps. And the second one, I wrote with your pen after we landed and told you that I wish I'd never left. And the third one is about how afraid I am that I can't do what they need me to do. And the fourth one is about how I'm afraid I'm gonna die before I can see you again. And the fifth one is about deciding to survive it all so that I can come back to this crazy, stupid place. And now you've moved my desk and you... I thought of you every day. I know that might be hard for you to believe, but
You'd be surprised. How have you been?
lonely.
Norman and Rita are engaged. My father fell in love with a lepidopterist who ran away with a fertilizer salesman.
Some people just don't know what they have.
That is true.
So what do we do now?
I am going to make you the perfect kombucha smoothie, and you are going to read me all of your letters.
That could take all night.
Good.
So, you think you found the perfect kombucha smoothie recipe, huh?
It's about the secret ingredient.
And make myself a better man. Well, I'm gonna make my world a better place.
Dear Oliver, when we lifted off and flew into the clouds, I realized that you have made a believer out of me. It was no mistake that I was transferred to the dead letter office instead of direct line operations. We could not have begun dancing together so long ago without learning the steps we needed to find our way back to each other.